you, Sims 1 speed build today, and so today is definitely going to be a really great day just because it is that time of year again where the Sims franchise turns yet another year older, and I'm excited, thrilled, and pumped to say that they will be turning 19 years of age. That is literally close to my age. I am 22 years old, and so, that being said, I have dedicated my life to The Sims for 19 years now, but, you know, I'm just proud to say that I'm a proud, dedicated, hardcore Sims player enthusiast. So I want you guys to leave in the comments below, as of right now, what was the first Sims game that you played when you first got started? Just because, you know, I don't know, everyone did not start with The Sims 1 like I did, so I want you guys to leave in the comments below. What was the first Sims game that you played, who got you started, and who is your favorite townie and why? Just because I want to get you guys, you know, more involved in The Sims, but also I want to know more about you, your Sims story, how you got started, who got you started, and why you love still playing The Sims till this day for the past how many years you have played. So, that's the question of the day. Hopefully, you guys will write me a whole paragraph because I will reply to you no matter how long your comment is, because I love chatting with you all a lot. So I'm excited to say that what I'll be doing this year for the 19th anniversary is that I will be building the exact same house in the versions, in every version, The Sims 1 through 4, for the next 3 days. So today is Sims 1, tomorrow is Sims 2, Sunday is Sims 3, and Monday is Sims 4. So I'm just excited to see how differently the build and buy, the camera controls, the gameplay, pretty much everything, how it has evolved throughout the years. And I typically play a lot of The Sims 2 and Sims 4 on this channel a lot, but not typically The Sims 1 or 3 a lot, just because I don't know, I guess I prefer The Sims 2 a little bit more than The Sims 4 because I kind of see a little bit of similarity between them, and they have somewhat kind of the same gameplay style, but I will get into that tomorrow for sure. But as for The Sims 1, when I was building this large mansion, I would say colonial house or traditional mansion, I would say, this build took me 2.5 hours, and what I did last year, I built a large colonial traditional mansion that took me 3 hours to build because there is no eyedropper tool and there's no undo button in buy mode. In build mode there is, when placing down flooring and wallpaper and stuff like that, there's an undo button for that. But there's no eyedropper tool. There's no copy and paste, no holding out your shift button. Just because it's The Sims 1, created by Will Wright, February 4th, the year 2000, when The Sims 1 first was released. And it's crazy that the game is still running well on my computer on Windows 10, and I can still play it and not, have a mental breakdown every 5 minutes when my baby cries at me, who wants food and sleep, and that's basically it, because that's all you could basically do with the children. The babies, they cry every 5 minutes, where you have to feed them, rock them, play with them, and let them sleep. Children, on the other hand, they are very low maintenance. Adults, who cares? Who cares about the adults? We're here about the kids and the babies, basically. But I have to say that it was very difficult for me when I was first building in this game. It was very difficult coming from The Sims 4 to The Sims 1, or The Sims 2 to The Sims 1, or 3 to 1, because 2 to 4 have undo buttons and copy and paste and everything, but with this game, you have to manually go back and select what objects you want. Let's say you want to, copy and paste the flooring or whatever. You have to manually go back to that section of wherever that flooring was and place it. So it can take you some time going back and forth between everything. And so in this build, it's kind of basically back and forth, me pausing, trying to figure out where I'm going to place everything. And there aren't technically a lot of objects in this game. Well, there is, but it's very limited, and every object is gigantic. So the tables, some of the tables actually, they're huge. they take up half of the room, so it was hard for me to kind of figure out how I was going to furnish the entire house. And I think I did pretty well with it just because I particularly like the style of what I did. And for this house, it actually comes with, I believe, three bedrooms and three bathrooms. There is like a home theater upstairs, like a small one, a little bit of a game room upstairs on the second floor, and it's a living room, game room, so study room, and the kitchen. And then the living room is actually over here in the first floor. Okay, yeah. So I have everything that I need in this house. Three bedrooms. Actually, hold up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, three bedrooms and 1, 2, 3. And then, yeah, 3 and 3. Yeah, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. You got all that for you there. And it was kind of funny trying to like pick out the wallpaper for each room, especially the room on the second floor that I will talk about later in this video, because the second floor was a little bit difficult for me to figure out what wallpaper, because initially I had a room that had like a pink heart, Valentine's Day type of wallpaper, and I was like, I don't know if this wallpaper is appropriate for a kid's bedroom, so I changed it out for something different, more subtle. And I was so close of actually using like the Sims Hot Date. And funny story is, I wasn't allowed to play the Sims 1 Hot Date because my parents thought it was too saucy, too inappropriate for my age, which it literally was. But did I listen? No. I still played it till this day. And I will talk about my Sims 2 problems tomorrow, but in this video, I have a story to tell you. Not about the family who's going to live in this house, but a family that I played years ago, that I have played till this day until they died. Not from natural causes, but something else. And, if you don't know, The Sims is notorious of starting fires quite frequently in the kitchen or in the grill or whatever. And so I was playing my long-term family current household in The Sims 1 on stream last year around like this time on stream. And what happened is that my two lovely Sims had a baby. And there's no woohoo in this game. There's no woohoo in The Sims 1 whatsoever. Basically, to have a baby in this game, you have your two Sims. They have to be in a very good standing relationship, which is very hard in The Sims 1. I do say so myself. But they have to be in a good standing relationship, both bars, very equally. You have to kiss a lot. And later on, like if you kiss a lot in the game, you'll get a notification saying, do you want to have a baby? And I think it says yes or no. You click yes, and magically flowers appear out of nowhere and a bassinet with a crying baby appears. My first reaction, what is this? What is going on? Where did this baby come from? Because initially I didn't know where babies came from. But when I was like 4 or 5 years old, like still playing it, I thought, okay, that's gross. That's nasty. Kissing is wrong. I hate kissing. Cooties, get that away from me. That was literally my whole reaction when I first played The Sims. When I had my baby, I thought kissing and cooties was just nasty. Taboo. Voodoo. Who does that? Kissing is gross. Don't kiss. Germs. So I learned quite quickly in The Sims 2 where babies came from. And let's just say Sims is a very educational type game where they teach you where babies come from, and also like some life lessons and interior design and a lot of different things. Like I've learned more from The Sims than my own classroom, like in school. I know, crazy, right? But in The Sims 1, when my Sims had their baby, it started to cry. And then I started to cry because I was frustrated, like out of my mind. And when it started crying, I was like, okay, let's take care of the baby. Let's see what's what. It was like feed, play with, rock, whatever, and went back to sleep. I was going insane. I took a break, came back the next day, and then, it was funny because I had a grill outside, And my sim decided, his name was Jeffrey. The wife was named Sylvia. Jeffrey decided to go ahead, as one does, cook some hamburgers on the grill. Totally normal, totally fine. And then I got an alarming, terrifying sound of a sim literally screaming their head off. I was literally shooketh to the core. I did not know what to do. As one does, reacts to things, I scream too. So I basically watched my sim burn to death, but, Sylvia, as one does, to react to help the sim in need, she walked outside, she saw, she screamed, and then the fire grew bigger and bigger, and then she caught on fire, she died. So I was like, what do I do? How do I actually play my game? I was upset, not happy. I wanted to throw my computer literally out the window that very second, but I didn't because I was too weak to throw anything. I was 4 or 5 years old, or 6, whichever age. One of those, like, that timeline. The first time I played The Sims. So I was left with a baby and a dog because I adopted a dog later on when I had The Sims Unleashed. So I had a baby and a dog, a crying baby, and there was no game over. It would just basically just let you still play the game, but you couldn't really do anything with a baby and a dog because how would you do that? So a little bit further on, it was basically the point of no return where my sim baby got taken away by a social worker. I was like, okay, that's fine. My Sims had over like 500,000 simoleons at the time, so they were like really rich at the time, which is super cool. When my Sims died, I couldn't really revive them, so I lost everything. So I was upset, and I lost them last year. I've been playing them for a very long time. Like, I continuously like to back up like all my saves and everything to still play with them and everything, to their fame and all the things as packs came out, as one does. And I lost all my Sims and my baby last year on my 22nd birthday. I was happy that back then. I'm literally being sarcastic, but so what I did, baby got taken away, social services, totally normal, totally cool, not really. So I basically had to like go out to like the map view. I moved out the dog, just the dog, that was it. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I quit. I'm going to a different household. So I went to the Goth household with Mortimer, Bella, and Cassandra. There was no Alexander Goth because he was not born in the game and he couldn't really have teenagers in The Sims 1 because there were only 3 life stages: babies, children, and adults. And 3 skin tones: light, medium, and dark. That was it. And the CC for The Sims 1 was literally the most funniest thing ever, and I love it because I used to download CC like crazy, and I still have it in my game till to date. So when I went to the Goth family, as one has, a lot of tombstones in their backyard, as the Goth family does, totally normal, because they have a lot of dead relatives. In the middle of the night, I got a call from social services, got a notification saying, hey, Bella, do you want to adopt this baby? My initial reaction was like, wait a minute, I don't remember adopting a baby at all, or calling anyone, because I'm pretty sure you couldn't really adopt kids in The Sims 1. I don't think so. So basically, my initial reaction was like, weird. But then I started to think a little bit more. I was like, is that the baby that got taken away where the parents died in the fire and the dog was just like, what's going on? And funny fact, I didn't know because I was like too slow because I was thinking and processing, and then the notification went away. So I'm pretty sure that was the baby that got taken away from social service whose parents died in a fire. It kind of reminds me of Series and Unfortunate Events, but with one baby instead of like 3 like actual kids. So right now, 2019, I don't know where my baby is. I still have the dog. I think his name was Cornelius or whatever. I adopted him in like one of the little towns area. My Sims were wealthy. They had Fame out the yin yang. They were friends with Al Ravine, Bon Jovi, all the people. And I'm like, okay, living life of luxury. They died. I'm like, well, what do I do now? I don't know. I move on to the next family. So that's what I did. I made a new family. And so far, they're doing great for themselves. I think what I might do in the future is I'll end up playing them a lot more and have them move in this house. Maybe. Like, that's a huge, like, all caps maybe. If they have kids. Because I'm not going to deal with screaming children. And I don't think I can really age up the kids to make them adults and move them out. It's a little bit complicated and weird with The Sims 1 and aging and kids and fame. But what I really like about The Sims 1 is that I would say it was forever changing back then, because we definitely had a lot of, like, you know, Hot Date, Unleashed. We had Vacation. I was like, the Vacation pack, let's be real here. It was great. I loved it. It was just phenomenal because I really like going on vacation with my Sims, like going to the resort, getting out like renting out a hotel room, skiing, meeting some people. One of my Sims kids actually, funny thing, had a little crush on somebody at the resort the other day, and she was like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Sheila." And he was like, "Hi, my name's Matt." I was like, "Okay, hello Matt, what's up?" So they flirted, or kids don't flirt, they just chat up and have a little bit of a crush or whatever. That's what they did. It was nice, sweet, and innocent, totally normal. Nothing happened. And so I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, where is Matt now? What is he doing? I'm very, very curious about all of this. But, you know, that is my life story about my Sims experience. And pretty much everything else. And I'm pretty sure that you can actually download this house. I'm going to try and figure out a way to let you guys download it if you have The Sims 1. I don't know. But we will see. It's house 68 somewhere in neighborhood 1. So whatever house is on that lot, I believe it's called the Vanilla House. House 68. Once you download this house, it'll replace that default house with my house. You can play in it if you want to. I don't know. I will see if I can figure it out, but hopefully I can. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this voiceover right here. I really hope you guys much enjoyed the first ever video of February 1st, 2019 for the next 4 days of the Sims anniversary, or 19th anniversary. But I will see you guys all tomorrow for Sims 2 speed build of the exact same house with my Sims 2 experience, some stories I would like to share, and pretty much everything else. But again, I say, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and comment down below. The question of the day is basically, what version of The Sims that you started with? Who got you started in The Sims? Who is your favorite townie and why? So that's the question today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!